Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 4 mistakes that you're probably making on Dr. John McDougall's Starch solution that are keeping you from reaching your goals. Hello my honeys, it's Emmie. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmie. I'm a nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program, where you work with me as well as a mindset coach and a nutrition coach to lose weight on a plant-based diet. If you want to work with me, go to healthyemmie.org. Who is this gal and how does she know what she's talking about? Let me show you some of the transformations that my clients have gotten through our work together. We've addressed these mistakes together, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into some of the things that we address in today's video when we go over the 4 mistakes that you're probably making. Mistake number 1, you can eat as much as you want on the Starch solution. Eat like it's Thanksgiving every day. No need to count calories, bring it on. Mistake. I'm thinking about doing a deep dive video about this mentality of being able to eat as much as you want on this lifestyle. And if you want that video, leave a comment below that says, please make that video, and I'll know exactly what you're talking about. And if there's enough demand for it, I will make a video addressing this and debunking this idea that you can eat as much as you want, and that for some reason, these calories are magical calories and starch is this magic thing that goes into your closet and makes your clothes looser while you're sleeping. But it doesn't work that way. Calories are still calories. And yes, there are calories that are more nutritious than other calories. 100 calories of apples is more nutritious than 100 calories of a cheeseburger, but it is still 100 calories. And if you're eating 4,000 calories worth of potatoes and rice every day, you're not going to find success. This was a really hard pill to swallow for me personally. I know that a lot of people are attracted to this lifestyle because of the idea that you no longer have to count calories. And trust me, I'm not telling you to count calories. None of my clients count calories. But what I'm not telling you to do is to completely neglect your hunger and fullness cues. If you are eating and your body's telling you that you've had enough, then it's time to put the plate away and to go move on to another activity that's not eating. And trust me, I get it. For many people, eating is one of the great joys of life. And I know that for many dieters, food has become this obsession, and their time with food is very intimate and very personal. And they love the idea of the Starch solution because they get to eat potatoes and rice and you don't have to count calories. So I'm just gonna eat. I love to eat. I haven't been able to eat this food in years. Bring it on. And you might want to stab me for saying that you can't just eat as the day is long on this lifestyle. And I wish that you could, but it's okay that you can't, because what it means is that you are going to become a pro at listening to your body. And when your body sends you, I think we're good, I don't think we're hungry anymore, you can respond appropriately. If this is something that you're really struggling with, please click the link in the down bar. This is one of the top struggles of the people that I work with, that they feel as though their hunger and fullness cues are shot. And it makes sense because you've probably been denying your hunger fullness cues for years and years through dieting and diets that tell you to neglect your hunger fullness cues. They're not broken, they're just numb, and we can reawaken them. The next mistake that I was totally guilty of is thinking that if it's a whole natural food that I didn't need to regulate my intake of it. For me, it was medjool dates. I know that with a lot of other people, it's nuts and it's avocado and it's seeds and it's nut butters. Yes, it is totally healthy, but a healthy food is not necessarily a weight loss food. Nuts, dried fruits, they're really calorically dense. I would literally eat 2 pounds of medjool dates a day when I first got started on my plant-based journey. Why? Because it was a whole natural food. The only ingredient is dates. It's fruit, for crying out loud. Who's gonna get fat off of fruit? This is what my inner dialogue sounded like. Spoiler alert, it didn't go so well. Just because it's a whole natural food, that doesn't mean that you can eat as much of it as you would like. Nuts are about 2,400 calories per pound. If you eat a pound of nuts, and I know you're probably not gonna eat a pound of nuts in a sitting, this is just a unit of measurement, but if you eat a pound of nuts, that's 2,400 calories, versus if you eat a pound of broccoli, that's about 100, 200 calories. So as you can see, these little bits of nuts here and there, they add up. So pay attention to how much of them you're having, and don't just just eat them willy-nilly. This is a great segue into the third mistake that I see, which is mindless eating. This ties in with both of these, that there's this idea that we don't have to be conscious of our intake because we're only focusing on the what of what we're eating. Oh, so long as you're eating these certain foods, eat as much as you want. Those hunger fullness cues, you don't have to pay attention to them at all. It really is taken to the extreme in this community that you can just eat. And if you feel like eating, go ahead and eat. But we have to pay attention to hunger fullness cues. If we just eat for the sake of eating, that's not a natural thing to do. Animals in nature don't eat for the sake of eating. Additionally, animals in nature don't eat past the point of fullness just because. We were given hunger fullness cues for a reason, and eating should not be an activity that we turn to as a hobby. Eating is here to nourish us. And sure, there are times when eating is part of the occasion or a part of the culture or a part of the holiday, and it's totally appropriate to have food be something that's important during those times, but for the most part, food is here to fuel us. And on a Wednesday afternoon, if you're just trying to feel something by turning to some foods, then that's something that we want to address, and it's not something that we want to neglect. Become mindful of what you're putting in your mouth, and don't just say, oh, it's a whole natural food. It means I can eat as much as I want. And then the fourth mistake is avoiding discomfort. Any change is going to require discomfort. If you make a change and it feels super comfortable, then you're probably not actually making change, because growth is what happens outside of our comfort zone. I know that for me with the medjool dates, I had to go through some extreme discomfort. I was riding a sugar high every single day from eating pounds and pounds of medjool dates, that the next morning when I would have a breakfast that wasn't pounds of medjool dates, my brain said, wait a minute, where is that hit of sugar that we used to get? Where is that? And it was tough. And I had a headache for a few days, and I was so used to getting the rush from all of that sugar right into my veins that it felt a little bit uncomfortable. But I knew that the only way out is through. And it's like walking across hot coals. If you start to walk across hot coals and you say, this hurts, I'm gonna turn back, well, you're gonna have to walk across them at some point, and you're only going to burn your feet more every time you walk in and you turn back. So if you're walking through those hot coals, keep going in order to get to the other side, to burn your feet as little as possible. Discomfort is okay, and just because something is difficult and uncomfortable does not mean that it's impossible. Hey, really quickly, if you are liking this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. It really supports my channel. Disclaimer before we begin, you are not fat. You currently have excess fat stores on your body. You are you. The excess fat stores on your body do not define you. They have nothing to say about your soul and your character and who you are. So let's separate these two things. You clicked on this video because it was intriguing, and I'm really happy that you are finding it intriguing. So now that you're here, you are not fat, you are you. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you the mistakes that will help you get the excess fat stores off of your body. And that's a wrap. If you wanna work with me and my team, go to healthyemmie.org. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.